SPUFalcons.com here with men's soccer coach Mark Collings. Coach, spring session is starting up here. How have things gone so far?
It's good. You know, we had the benefit this winter of a new NCAA rule, and getting to work together as a team a couple times a week really helped the transition from the fall to the spring. And you know, we're getting some guys back off injury, and their rehab has gone really well. We're really happy with the progress that a lot of them made, and so it's been nice to get back together and some full training sessions, and excited to get rolling here with some games.
What is it you try to accomplish during the spring training sessions?
Yeah, spring is really, really important for us. We take a look at system stuff. So as a team, kind of, are we going to stick with the system we're playing or look at something else? So we give a couple things a try there. Personnel, you know, sometimes we have to play guys out of position, especially last year with the injuries. So we get a chance to put guys back maybe where we thought they would play, and then also we give kids that, you know, maybe didn't have a huge opportunity in the fall to play, we give them a definite opportunity to showcase their abilities in the spring and make sure that everybody gets an adequate amount of playing time.
You mentioned some of those players who may not have had a great opportunity in the fall. Have any stood out so far that you think can make a bigger impact this upcoming year?
Yeah, I think, you know, the interesting part was because of all the changes we went through in the fall, a lot of guys did have opportunities, but you know, some guys that have been real good, you know, so far have been Sean Russell, he had a good freshman year. You know, it was a pleasant surprise for us, but he's been really sharp throughout the winter and especially around the spring. Anthony Muhammad has looked very good as well, so we're looking for those two to help bolster our midfield a bit. Kyle Smerton has picked up kind of where he left off in the fall as well, and you know, and I think Blaine, not that Blaine had a bad season, but I think even, you know, he would admit not quite what he was hoping for, and his work this offseason has been tremendous, and we would expect him to continue on this spring as well.
Could you talk a little bit about the uniqueness of the spring where you're not able to play with your seniors who finished up their careers in the fall, but yet you don't have the incoming freshmen either?
Yeah, it just leaves our roster a little thin. You know, we lost some big pieces there, and then, you know, with a couple guys recovering from surgery as well, it leaves our roster a little bit thin. But at the same time, I think it allows for a natural transition as far as leadership goes, which, you know, all great teams have great leaders, and it allows for our younger guys to start assuming some of those responsibilities and start feeling kind of the burden that comes with being a leader both on the field and off. So it's nice to have this opportunity instead of just throwing them into it in the fall. The other thing is, you know, your team starts to take its personality a little bit. Granted, we don't have the new players, and we're looking forward to having them, but, you know, the personality of the team, every time the team changes, the personality can change a little bit. There'll always be some core things that remain, but some things will change for sure. And so it's fun to watch, and I think that's what makes this job so great.
What are the biggest voids you need to fill with the departures of some really outstanding seniors?
Goal scoring, I mean, and creativity. I think, you know, Schultze scored 16 goals or some, you know, crazy amount. That's a big number to replace. So definitely goal scoring, some creativity through the midfield that Drew provided. You know, Drew did a lot of things and saw some things that, you know, I don't think a lot of players see all the time. So that will definitely be something we'll need. And I think some leadership, you know, that group that we lost, you know, we had some guys there that had seen everything and been through kind of the emergence of SPU soccer again, and so we need some guys that know what that means, and we don't take things for granted, and just kind of keep progressing to where we want to go.
What specific players do you anticipate picking up some of that scoring slack?
Boy, you know, we hope it's by committee. You know, I think one thing that probably hurt us a little bit is that we became pretty reliant on Tyler. So we're hoping that, you know, with Blaine being healthy and having a better year, we get Elliot Morton back, so that will be a big lift. Kyle Peterman, you know, we expect to score some goals for us as well. We still have Kyle Smerton. We're hoping, you know, won't mention names, but we're hoping some of the young guys can come in and put some balls in the back of the net. And I still say if Sean Russell can kind of keep his form going here, he'll surprise some people with some goals as well. And we, you know, we want to get some scoring from our midfield as well, and so I think our midfield crew as a unit has really committed themselves this offseason to being more efficient in the final third.
Great. And lastly, you've again got a very ambitious spring schedule. Talk a little bit about some of the opponents you'll face this spring.
Yeah, well, we start out with University of Portland. Coach Irwin always has a great team down there, and it'd be a good challenge for us. You know what? Our approach to the spring is we want to play the best competition we can, and we're not necessarily. We always want to win, but the result isn't as much. The priority is getting good quality competition that are going to pose us some potential issues with matchups, and Portland will always have some great athletes that will pose us problems defensively as well as defensively and force us to have to execute under a lot of pressure. So it's a tough way to start our spring, but nonetheless a great way to start. And then Trinity Western up in Canada, they always have a great team as well. And then we play both Oregon State and Concordia down in Portland, which will certainly have our hands full. And then a couple local games with Seattle U and University of Washington before we finish up with our wonderful alumni game.
Great. Thanks very much, Coach.